Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. And I've got a different view going on here. It's a little different for me because it's like right in front of my face. So, but anyways, it would have been difficult to do all this and show you all what was going on anyways. So, here we are. Let's see. I've got one that's, okay, hang on a minute. Here we go. Alright. So, started putting these on, okay. And this one is just, it's notched right there because that does extend out. So we'll be putting that on, and then after that, it is, you're just going up to there. You're cutting them a little long. So, get a few of these cut and get that thing taped up in there. Not taped, glued. What the hell's wrong with me? Alright. There we go. And I did get my I can't think of my light situation figured out. I've got some old brass pins and pieces from another ship build. I could find my little, there's one. So what I'm going to do is, if y'all can see where the wires, I drilled a little bitty hole down through the false keel here, and then did another one from the side, and I just kind of threaded it up through there. And yeah, there'll be a keel piece to go across here, and whenever I get to that point, I'll just drill another hole through there and just thread it up through there before I glue it, or just as I glue it. And then on the bottom of those, on each one, because the black wire is on this other end here, right there, if you can see it, right there. So, and what I planned on doing was, this is a little bitty piece of brass. It's got two holes in it to where I can nail it down. And just, I mean, I did a sloppy job of doing this, but it was just a test of soldering that wire on there. So, do that, and then put one of these little brass pins, do the same thing on the stand, and just let it down in there. Hopefully it sits pretty well flush to the bottom there. I'm hoping it does anyways. If it don't, then I'll have to figure something out on this part. Maybe put a really, I mean, it'd have to be a really small spring or something. I don't know. I ain't gotten that far yet. So it's we got to get this whole thing planked. Get all those planks put on. All right, so let me go ahead and get this glued down on here. It doesn't take long. And I am using medium CA. I tried some of the thin stuff, and let me tell you something. That stuff runs like water. So unless you're used to using it, I don't recommend getting the thin. Because it is just like the name says, it is thin. Worked on this a little bit today. Had the grandson here. Like I said, or as I've said before, his mama's in the military, so she had to go in and work today, which is okay. I mean, I guess he had a good time. I don't know. Spending the day with his grandparents. Since right now they don't have school, they're out of school. You know, probably till after the first of the year. So, all right, that's there. Pardon me, I got to answer my mom. She sent me a text with a question. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so I got this one on, got this one cut, and just glue this on real quick, and that's pretty much all that's gonna happen, you know, until I get to the top there. So I'm not gonna bore you all with all that, and I'll just cut it and get this phone out of my face, and do the rest of it there. And whenever I start on the, or whenever I, you know, by the time I get to the next stages and whatnot and everything, I'll get back in touch with you. Damn it. Just got some CA glue on my thumb. One thing I don't want to do is have to stick to everything. All right. I will say they designed this thing pretty well, pretty decent actually. So pretty well made kit. I think there's it's 10 times better than the older version. This is the newer version. The older version. The older version had a. You may have seen it before on some other videos. I've seen it a time or two. But this whole piece back here, it was like a big piece of composite, hard as a rock. And they had the same thing up front for the front end, for the front part of it, the nose. Had the same stuff. And let me tell you something. I mean, it was not fun to sand. I mean, I sanded, and I used I used a DA sander and everything. Even bought a file, this file actually, and was using this aggressive, stuff. And it's on both sides, flat and curved. And, I mean, it just would not touch it. And of course, unfortunately, that was the ship that got damaged in a move. So, no harm, no foul there. And I didn't even get through with it yet, So it was just it was one of those. It was a ship in the making, and whenever I was in the oil field, it was something for me to do. I've got a camper and worked in the oil field and was on for 12 hours and off for 12 hours. So, and never got to come home. So I was always out in the field and all that. So I got that ship got that model, and it was the older version to do while I was out there not doing anything. I mean, on the off time. My on time, I was babysitting a well, really. That's pretty much all I did. Made sure it was flowing and producing and everything else. Pretty easy money. But if you're one of those people that got to be home, that and truck driving is not the job for you. All right. Well, let me finish this up. It's just they're gonna get a little bit shorter and a little bit shorter until I get right up here to the very top right here. And then, I'll have to shape it and everything, and I may fill you in on that when I start doing that, or at least do one side and make sure I don't make myself look like a fool doing it. But anyways, get back with you, and if I do just go ahead and post this, then of course I can edit this part out. But thanks for watching, and hit like and subscribe.